Y'all, I want to share something with you about Enterprise, Alabama, and about Meadowbrook. What do I know about Meadowbrook? Meadowbrook, apartment A7. Y'all, this is all for entertainment purposes only. TikTok, 18 plus, trigger warning. This child, this youngin', this is my son, apartment A7. He's in his 30s now, y'all. But this is apartment A7. Many of y'all may notice that window there. Y'all may recognize that and all that. My Granny Betty made that fried chicken that my youngin's eating. But I'm going to make a point to you. And we're getting to Meadowbrook, and we're doing Enterprise, okay? Y'all, I speak openly now about being a victim and a survivor of being SA'd and trafficked by my mama from the day I was born. See, it's not just my mama, though. See, my mama's sister is also part of it. I have memories of my aunt telling my mama, oh, she won't remember. Look at me. I'm just fine. Bitch, please. Anyhow, this is a picture of me when I was probably between the ages of 13 and 15. This would be right after the time Mutual asked me about 13 in Columbus, Georgia, where my mama had accepted money from the minor members of the Al-Assad family that were serving in the military in Fort Benning in Georgia. They had the apartment to the front right of us, same building. Me and another sibling, that sibling can't have kids now because of this incident, were SA'd. But we had to climb through the second bedroom window. Honored guests do not come in the front door, Mutual. This is my aunt's home in Clayhatchee, Alabama. It's a house, or used to stand. I don't know if it still does. I know at one time they planned to tear it down. Land's valuable. Anyhow, that was right across the street from the Popo. But, see, I have a brother that in Columbus, Georgia, allegedly used to steal cars that end up in the junkyard in Clayhatchee, allegedly. Family. See, the essaying of children and the trafficking of children has been in my mama's family for a couple of generations. Well, at least 3 or 4 now, okay? But also that of the issues of the, what is that they call that? The honeypot, you know? Y'all, I considered that a part of trafficking too. Anyhow, those life insurance policies, allegedly. Now, where's this going with Meadowbrook? See, this son is actually my second son. Same baby daddy. My first son, I was forced to give up for adoption. I was forced to sign over my parental rights by my mother. My mother received dollars for my child for a private forced adoption. Sorry, y'all, my dental don't fit right. My denture don't fit right. It's all lopsided into shit. Anyhow, a forced private adoption. But this was after I refused to go to those women's homes associated with some kind of big church up in North Carolina in the 80s. I refused. She couldn't make me, but she made me sign over my rights. I ended up in Enterprise at Meadowbrook because I refused to sign over my rights again for a child. I refused to let my mama traffic another child. Now, why am I saying this? Why am I bringing up Meadowbrook? I'll tell you. Number one, I grew up extremely poor. Meadowbrook is known, flat out known. It's the first thing I was told when I moved here. Well, I didn't move, I was dumped. My mama got mad at my daddy. Anyhow, everybody in this town, and I've known it for almost 40 years. I've been in this town almost 40 years. That Meadowbrook is the poorest of the poor. And like me, like when I told the doctor, my OBGYN, the nurses, the lawyer, all of them, that I was being forced to sign over my rights, no one listened. No one listened when I told them what my mama was doing. Repeatedly, they were told I was lying. They were told smear campaigns. That's been going on for the last 4 years with me now. As a matter of fact, anyhow, honeypot traps, honeypot scams is trafficking, especially when you have multiple family with it behind it. But Meadowbrook, the poorest of the poor, no one listens. No one listens. My black granny was honestly probably one of the first women I knew as a mother, consistently. You know, the biggest difference between me and my black mama, there's a little bit more melanin there. I'll state the difference very openly again. No one listens to folk who are a little bit more colored than I am. I've been fussing and bitching for the last 4 years about the bullshit I've been surviving and being a victim of. The honeypot scams, which is trafficking, because they want you to unalive yourself and everything else. They will also sell you to be SA'd at a local pub. They'll even send them pictures so they know who they paid for. Nobody listens. I come across someone's post earlier yesterday about that youngin' in Enterprise, that little baby. And they wanted to know why they weren't getting the exposure like some other folk had on another show. And I know there's plenty of popo that are doing their damnedest trying to find that youngin'. And I also know there's a bunch of people trying to keep it quiet, because it's much easier to keep an ugly-ass designer Band-Aid for the lifestyles. See, that's one of the things I noticed about my late husband, too. And he is one. He liked to essay the children, too. As a matter of fact, my mother, well, one of the neighbors that still lives here, part of mine, gang stalking and all, and the neighbor across the street, she's a ghost now, but they all reported my late husband for the essaying and the abuses he did to my son and others. Boy, some things talk, but when you have more melanin to you, and you poor and poorer than the poor, ain't nobody going to listen, especially when you're a supply chain over there. There are a lot of folk that do things like my mama. I wonder how much she got from my first son. Nobody listens. And you're going to try to keep that ugly-ass Band-Aid on a booming business. Let's be open about that ugly-ass Band-Aid. Many blessings to you. Blessed be.